I'm gonna close the window first because I turned on the aircon and I can hear the sound. So I'm just gonna turn off. Turn off. I'm gonna close the window. I'll be right back. Okay. Hello, everybody. Talk to the legs. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see y'all here today. Hi, Shadow Momo. Ooh, that's ugly. Okay, let's put that down. That's my tripod because I want to be filming today. Let's sit on a beanbag while we wait for everybody to come in. Good morning, Jojo. Good morning, Doreen, Deborah. Wherever you are, good afternoon. Hi, Laura. Hello. So while we wait for everybody to come in, I have been very productive this morning. But let me update you since last week's live stream. So last week's, by the way, can you guys hear me? Like, is it nice and loud? Is it, should I go a little bit louder? We should go a little bit louder. Let's go a little bit louder, yeah? Okay. Nice and loud, yeah? I kind of like this mic, but it's a little bit tricky. Every time I adjust it, it needs to be adjusted, but it's okay lah. It's okay lah. Okay, okay, okay lah. Okay lah. Da 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 da. Okay lah. Do y'all know this song? No, I think Malaysians only know this song. Okay lah. Okay lah. Wait, okay, I want to update you guys on what happened since last week. So last Sunday, I told you it was a bad start in the morning, right? That I broke, well, not broke, but I basically fell down and then I hurt my foot right here. So it's a little bit less swollen, but it's still quite tender. I saw a doctor yesterday for my knee and he was like, you know, well, if it's still, if, you know, he tried to, you know, ask me to press it in certain angles and all of that. And I was like, yeah, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts because I think I've got a pretty high pain tolerance. So he said, well, you know, you could have broke, let's say like this is your all your toes and your big toe. You know, there are little bones in the middle of your foot. He said, well, you might have fractured maybe like the inner little bone inside for this fourth toe or third toe. But if it's a hairline fracture, there's nothing much you can do about it anyway. I mean, you just have to rest your foot, put ice, you know, don't jump around, etc. So he said that even if you do an x-ray and you find out it's a hairline crack, there's nothing you can do. You can't cast it. It's not broken. So you just have to rest. So I was like, rest. I hate the word rest. So basically I have to continuously elevate my foot and just rest it. Yeah, it's such a weird place to crack the toe. But yeah, anyway, if you have not watched my latest current favorites video, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You know, girl, work hard on it, okay? I'm having my check hub coffee. Now, you know what? I feel so scared now because I keep hyping up this coffee. But maybe if you guys drink this coffee, you're like, no, not nice also. Then I'll be like, oh no, am I the only one? But it's nice. You know, half the price of Starbucks. But maybe Starbucks in the Western hemisphere is cheaper than here because Starbucks here in Malaysia and Singapore is so expensive. Yeah, Joyce. Correct. No more combat. Well, I can still do combat. I can still punch air, but my legs are like not moving. I'm just standing straight. Oh, Czech Hub beats Old Town Coffee. Okay. Old Town Coffee is a little bit too sweet. I find Czech Hub a little bit more milky and creamy, and it's got more kick, Not a coffee kick. It's not a stronger coffee. Maybe Old Town Coffee is stronger, but this Czech Hub is so rich and creamy. Oh my god! Czech Hub should pay me. So good. Gosh, look at all this foam. Look at all this creamy foam on this cappuccino pre-mix version. Okay, Starbucks sells a cappuccino pre-mix that you can buy because you're craving cappuccino. You don't have a cappuccino machine. You can buy the Starbucks version. You pour it in your cup. It foams up a little bit. There is some kind of ingredient that makes that little bit of foam. Of course, it's nothing like the real thing. Okay, I've tried that and I was like, yuck. The foam is like, the kind of like fake. It's like kind of fake bubbles, maybe loose bubbles, like the bubbles are like, but these bubbles, they're tight, they're small. Look at all the bubbles. Oh my gosh, look at all that bubbles. That's real foam, people. Real foam. I don't know how they did it, man. But gosh, I'm addicted. And my 9 boxes of Czech Hub coffee have not arrived. Apparently they delivered and then it couldn't deliver. So I'm like so stressed, okay, because my 9 boxes of coffee are floating around somewhere here with the delivery man. Hi, Clara. Delgado coffee. Okay, so no, I haven't because I thought, that's just way too much effort. You got to stir it, and all that. Nah, forget it. I miss Palm too, Joyce. Okay, so today, oh my gosh, today, where's my phone? Thank you. Thank you for joining me. 41 people. 42. Thank you. Oh, may you order the cappuccino? Oh gosh, the wait will be worth it. So today is horror stories. We came up about this topic on the Wednesday live stream because I was like, what should we talk about? Because I think we were just talking about some random stories. And then we decided, why don't we have a topic about luxury horror stories? And it's only relevant because to us luxury lovers, it's horrible. It's horrifying. How could it happen to our luxury goods in our luxury journey? It's just like that. If it happens to like people like my husband, he'll be like, okay, that's scary, I guess. But it's horrifying. So anyway, I've got like three horror stories. I mean, they're horror. I guess they're like, they could be talking about your essays. It's a monster. It's a monster. Or something happened to your luxury items. It could be it's a horrifying travel experience. Oh my gosh. How could it happen to my Chanel bag? Okay. Oh, maybe I've got one more. Oh, okay. Never mind. So anyway, let me share one because after I posted it on my Instagram, a friend on Instagram, Stella, let's see. I don't know if you guys follow Stella, but she is on Instagram and she's got an amazing page. So you should follow her. Her Instagram is HelloLoverXOXO. She might be coming on YouTube. So if she starts a YouTube channel, I think she's going to be amazing. I think she's based in London. So anyway, she saw my post and she said that let's see. She sent me her horror story because she's in the UK. I think UK is like 2 a.m. right now, maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Let's see.
Cat, I've just seen your.
Okay, so I think I'll let her share it. So I'll let her share hers, and can you guys just
Your next live stream is going to be on luxury horror stories, and I had.
Okay, can you all hear that? Is that loud enough? Hi, Calvin. Okay, if you can hear that, if that was loud enough, then I will let her share it. Otherwise, I'll tell a story. But basically, it's something to do with her travel experience and her horror story. A little bit louder. Okay, let me try. Pump out the volume.
The worst thing happened to me. However, I don't think I can make your live stream because I'll probably be asleep with the time difference. But oh my God, my horror story. I basically left a hand luggage at the gate at Heathrow Airport. And inside there was Stuart Wiseman boots, there was Peugeot Matisse, there was loads of different designer things in there, all luxury. I think it was around £5,000 to £6,000 altogether, maybe more. And I left it at the gate and I got on the plane and we were sitting on the plane and I said to Adam, did you put the wheelie up? And he was like, no, did you? And oh my God, we realised and my heart sank and we had to go all the way to New York and I didn't have my hand. Basically for a good week or so, Adam's mum was on the phone to Heathrow trying to get that luggage. And thank God, somehow, the luxury gods were in my favour. And when I came back to Heathrow, we went to Lost Property and it was there. And I didn't even have a lock on the bag. And I thought nothing was going to be inside. And luckily, I'm so lucky, everything was there. But that plane journey, that 8 hours to New York was tough.
when she said, so guys, you know, you can send me messages like that, and if obviously if you don't mind your voice being, I don't know if she doesn't mind, but I don't care, she's gonna be on YouTube. She's such a nice voice. So anyway, when she told me, I was like, ah! when she said that she left all her luggage at the airport, and it's the luggage that you kept. I mean, she kept all her, like, her handbags and everything. She said £6,000 worth of luxury goods, and it's left in an airport. As you bought the plane, and your plane is flying from London to New York. Can you? How torturous, exactly, Clara? How freaking you know, sometimes you lose one little thing, you're like, oh, can you imagine your entire luggage with all your goods? Can you imagine you went all the way to Paris to buy stuff and you left that luggage at the airport? I don't know what I'll do. It will be she said, the way she said, you know, she said that 8-hour flight from New York to London, from London to New York was tough. I think it's tough is an understatement. It's like, oh my gosh. I think it's the same issue. No, I have gone through this before, whereby you think your husband is carrying, like, pulling it, and I think he thinks that I'm taking it. So, like, it can even be groceries, you know, like, it's happened to me before. Like, I thought you're taking it. No, I thought you're taking it. And then we run back to the shop. You're like, oh my God, she's still here. You know, that kind of situation. So it's just, you just didn't realize, because maybe you're so preoccupied with doing so many things, especially at the airport, right? You got, like, sometimes you're talking to the counter, you're pushing your passport, everything, and it just turn away because you're thinking, oh, maybe he's got it, and then he's thinking, oh, you've got it. You know what I mean? It's a bit callous, but it's just that because our minds are so preoccupied with something else, you always think, oh, maybe he's holding on to it. Then when you walk in and then you're like, where's my bag? I thought you got it. It's happened to me many times with my husband. I've done it with groceries. I've done it with like little bags, but nothing with luxury. Okay. Oh my gosh. So that was good. So that was funny. Okay. It's not funny, but it's like, oh my gosh, that is scary. So okay, let me tell you my horror story. My most Sharon is like, won't trust the husband with it. That's true. You know, that's true. That's true. That's a that's like lesson like I'm never trust the husband with it. It's true. Oh gosh, husbands, if you're watching, we're sorry. It's true. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard. I think some of you have followed my whole story about my experience during the recent quarantine. I think some of you have, some of you may not have. So I'll just do a quick horror story with this. So this is like my most recent horror story, where my beautiful brand new multi-pochette got sprayed like it was a pest, like it was a pest, or it was a germ, or it's COVID by the pesticide man. Shh. I'll tell that, but I'll tell that shortly. So let me just read yours. Okay, let me read yours. So thank you, Stella. Thank you so much for sharing your horror story. It's great to hear. I'm sure all of us got good horror stories. Like, oh, I'll never forget it. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll up. Thank you, Clara. Yeah. Cassie 800C. My first LV bag I got. I didn't know what vachetta leather was. I took it brand new from LV out for the first time and got soaked with rain. Dun, dun, dun. I'm not laughing again. I'm just saying like, oh man. You know what? Come to think of it, I didn't know what vachetta leather was as well. Like my Speedy, which is inside here, my Speedy 25. When I first bought it, it's like one of those purchases that you just. Firstly, there was no YouTube, like hardcore YouTube that time, right? We're talking 15 over years ago. And there was no, sharing of this. It's mainly on blogs, but I guess it's not so popular yet. So you know things from what people tell you, but I didn't have a lot of luxury lover friends. I myself just liked it. I liked the bag. And when they brought it out, I was like, oh, wow, wonderful. But, now I would have probably, protected the bag tremendously, right? Put it out to the sun and all that just because it had that vachette leather. But then I just literally just grabbed the bag with my sweaty hands in this humid atmosphere and then just like, like, ooh, it's turning a bit brown, dirty. Take water and wipe some more. Oh my god. So anyway, those were the days, yeah. Oh my gosh. Cassie, we're laughing right now, right? But it's all good. I know. It's all good. It's the things, it's called experience. So anyway, let me tell mine, okay? Let me tell mine. What you guys want to tell, you can go and tell your long story. Just type it out there and then I'll come and read it out. So this, when I just came, some of you may know, may not know, I actually went through a 14-day quarantine in Singapore. So, in Malaysia, coming back from Singapore. So CB, I'm actually in Malaysia right now. So the whole thing was all right. But one friend said to me on Instagram, said, girl, I don't think you should bring your Chanel backpack lambskin. You should be using your canvas bags. And something about that message just made me like, yeah, good idea. Okay. All right, okay. Because otherwise I was actually using my Chanel backpack lambskin leather bag. I was thinking maybe I should carry that, bring that home. But I decided to pack a few of my luxury bags in my luggage, but I used this one instead, canvas. I was thinking, yeah, okay, canvas, if anything, yeah. But it never occurred to me what would happen. What would transpire when I arrived at the airport. Which till today, it makes me cringe. Okay, cringe. So basically, we came down from the airport, got swabbed, and then as we walked out, because we all our family members were not supposed to come to the airport to pick us up, we were going to be transported on a bus all the way to the quarantine center, which turned out to be a hotel. That was all good. But when just before we boarded the bus, they asked all of us to remove all our belongings and lay them next to the bus. And I don't know, just for some reason, it still didn't hit me, it just didn't hit me like, Kat, you had moments before lining up your bag. Chuck your damn bag into your luggage. But no! Girl got to be carrying the big luggage, the small luggage, the multi-pochette, the backpack, 4 pieces of junk, not junky, treasure, to board the bus. So I was like, okay, he's like, cik, line up sini, line up sini. Line up sini. The guy said it to me in Malay, cik, miss, line it up here. I'm like, line it up here? Okay, push my luggage, push my second luggage, take my backpack down, clings on to my multi-pochette. Clings on, let me cling on to it. Clings on to it like, okay, walk. They say, okay, walk back, walk away from this line, it's like a lineup, like a mugshot lineup of all your luggages. And he's like, cik, tunggu, cik. Ini pun mau. I'm like, ini pun mau? This also, he said, this also one lah, this, put this as well. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you gonna do to my bag, man? I take it down, and as I walk slowly back to the lineup, I tie it like that, like this, and I put it next to my laptop, under my laptop, and I put my laptop back slightly slanted so that it's like that a little bit, because from the corner of my eye, I see the pesticide man. Full PPE with the long stick of alcohol sanitizer sprays, like, and I'm like, no shit, is that dude gonna come to my, is he gonna spray everything? And I'm like, oh my lord. And I step back, I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't carry my Chanel backpack. And I still have it. Oh my God, I still have that video. Let me just bring it up. If you have not watched it, it still freaks the crap out of me every time I watch it. Let me just bring it up. I posted it on my, where did I post it? I posted it on my, oh my lord. Oh yeah, okay. Here we go. Let's see, people. Can you guys see that? Pesticide man. All our luggages. He's spraying it. He's going like that. I'm like, no. The only good thing is he attacked the luggages. So the big luggages, he went like, and then the small laptop bags, he's like, then he saw my bag on the floor, he just went, but I was like, the funniest thing is that when the guy who was telling us, the tatsini, the guy said, come. I could feel myself lunging forward. Not to my luggages, but I was like, to my multi-pochette. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ah! Ah! Oh, walao. Like a comedy, okay? Thinking like, what the hell is this girl doing? She grabbed the smallest bag on the floor, wiping it on her body, and then shooting daggers at the pesticide man, shooting daggers at the guy who's asking us to line up like, no way. Stupid. Shouting all the stupid. Anyway, after that incident, I did check my bag. Nothing happened to it, but I can imagine, like, because I straight away just like make sure everything is not not wet or whatever, because it's alcohol. It's probably straight up 99% alcohol. You put it in your skin, it's so drying. I can feel my skin like just becomes so crepey from all these hand sanitizers that every time I go in the shop, they're like, oh my god, hand sanitizer. And can you imagine if it's soaked into the canvas? I bet it'll crack the canvas. So my shirt deserved it. Oh my gosh. So anyway, Me Likey 2 is here as well. So yes, that's my recent horror story. Okay, let's go up and see what. Oh, I love it. Rebecca was trying to say, I'm never letting my husband hold my purse again. Calvin, you said you lost your you lost your LV backpack. Oh, I know. Okay, Amy's luxury horror story is, my mom was rolling the airport cart. Oh no, another airport. Babe, another airport one. Okay, my mom was rolling the airport cart, and my Speedy 30 fell on the floor and she rolled over it. Glug, glug, glug. Ow. Ow. Oh my gosh. Okay, good thing is the Damien a bean, alright? Yeah, that thing can take a beating. Oh my gosh. Did it get stuck in the wheels? I can imagine it in my head, My mom would totally do it as well. My mom would totally just roll like the things like I mean, your bag fell down. I'm sure I can just imagine my mom saying something like that to me. It's literally just so chill, like, hey, your bag, your bag, like any bag. Your bag fell over. It's kind of like stuck. And they were like, mommy, my bag, my bag. Oh, May, mine is at YSL Ion store. The young SA told me to pay a deposit and then came back with a brand new piece. When I came back 2 days later, they gave me a bag anyhow wrapped with paper. No stick on the hardware, no plastic on the shoulder. She brought in the manager trying to convince me, but I couldn't believe they barely lied to me at sales. So pissed off. It's probably the same piece at the store, because when I asked, she told me the original piece from the store is transferred from like real. Oh my gosh, that's bad. That's bad, because they showed you. Oh no, they told you come back for a brand new piece with everything, right? Oh, that's bad. That is horrible. Did you take it in the end? Did you take the bag in the end, May? Laura, my worst dream is not being allowed back into Australia. I'm on visa. And my bag's being left there. That's why I take all my luxury bags every time I go overseas, which is exhausting. Laura, that's exactly what I did for my trip from Singapore to Malaysia this time. It's not that I will not be able to be let back into Singapore, but it's because I don't know when I can get back into Singapore because of all this situation, right? Amy's like, yeah, my mom had no idea what's a LV. She's like, your bag is stuck there. Amy, Amy, 阿女啊，你個 bag 喺地下，好似哎呀棘住喺入邊嗰個 what is wheels called already? Lon. I forgot. I haven't been speaking Cantonese for so long. Oh gosh, mole is like constant. It's no, to me it's no more horror. It's like a constant irritating pest that I have to fight with. Mole. Che lok. Lok. Ah, lok. Lok. Chỉ có lok có thôi. Ayo. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see everybody here. Okay. Keep sharing your horror stories. It is so good. It is so good. So mine was that one. My other horror story, you guys knew already, right? The one where my whole handle was destroyed by my dehumidifier pack. So that was my the multi-pochette. My handle got soaked into with dehumidifier liquid, and that was my fault. All right, that's my fault. That's my own horror story, because my multicolor Speedy 30 is a collector's piece for me. I keep it. I don't use it. I've only used it maybe once or twice, honestly. And it's basically brand new, pristine already. But I kept it in my cupboard and I forgot to check the dehumidifier packs. I checked it, but I think the week before, 2 weeks before, I think I didn't put it properly. It tilted and the liquid leaked out and it got all into the handle and it soaked deep into the leather. And that horror story, that situation, that mistake cost me nearly $700 just to replace those handles. What? Sharon is asking, mole is an issue in humid countries. Yes, it is, because it's very humid here, and actually, if you keep bags, like if you have leather bags, so off topic a little bit from horror stories, but if you stay in a country that has quite a lot of humidity, it's very wet, like you just can feel like the air is moist. Ooh, moist. and it's a great breeding ground for all kinds of organisms, including bacteria and all, right? So you actually need to keep leather goods, even camera equipment, right? Camera lenses and all of that, or wood, to keep it from getting mold or growing stuff. You need to keep the humidity below 40%. That's the best. Not too dry that it cracks the leather and just cracks the rubber and all that, but not too moist that you allow stuff to grow, right? Bacteria to thrive. So if you don't have like dehumidifiers and all that, or things to monitor, actually sometimes the humidity can go up to like 70-80%. It's so sticky and wet and so it's really it's great to keep the leather very moist and supple, but at the same time you get mold and gross things growing on your bags. So you get a little dots, and if a camera lens, you get little spots of things growing. So it's like, for example, if you put like, the simplest example, all right, we buy a loaf of bread. When I was in Australia, I could leave that loaf of bread on the table for like 2 weeks. 2 freaking weeks. Maybe not 2 weeks. Okay, maybe 1.5. No, I think 2 weeks. It's easily 2 weeks. And only then I start to see those green things growing on it, or start to get like moldy. 2 weeks. That's like, how? Here in Malaysia, no more than 1 week. Okay, 5 days on the table without any covering, or it's a very hot and humid day. 5 days later, you will see things growing on it already. You're like, I shouldn't have left the bread on the table. So for me, I usually, when we buy a loaf of bread, we'll finish it within less than 5 days. We'll eat it. Or if I know I can't finish it within like 3 days, I will put it in the fridge. So that's how crazy humid it is. Bread does not survive on the table. Okay. But the great thing is, we humans in humid countries tend to have supple skin because it's always moist. We're always sweating. Sweating and just, lots of. Yeah, anyway, that's what I think, lah, huh? Okay. All right. Slinky Dinky, Calvin. Trade off. Katie's saying, yeah, it's the trade off. The trade off with mold on bag and supple skin. Mold on bag, supple skin. Oh, I'm not sure. All right, we'll deal with the mold on the bag. Okay, Calvin, I tried to DIY paint my Louboutin shoe sole as it looked easy on YouTube. No, Calvin, what did you do? I ordered the paint online and it's now a mess with red paint all over the sides, and lesson learned, you can't paint. Now, what have you done? This DIY YouTube thing. Maybe you should have tested it on some Louboutins, some other fake shoes. Waiting. What have you done? If sharing horror stories, yes, we are sharing horror stories. I emptied a water bottle inside my never full within the first few times of using it. You know what's the funny thing? You know why it's funny for us to talk about how horrifying this is? Because if you think about it, right? If you really, really think about it, if it's just any other bag, I'll just use this bag, okay? And if I were to empty a water bottle like into this bag, I'll be like, oh shit, and be like, oh yeah, such a mess. It's such a mess, right? Because it's leaking through, and then you gotta dry it, and you gotta everything else is wet inside. You're like, oh, my tissue's all wet, all wet. The trouble. But it's just that because it's the never full. It's the LV never full. And now water is inside the LV never full. You can hear the psycho music now. Right. It's just a bag. But it's the LV never full. We can laugh about it now, but that's how we work, Okay. After we share all our horror stories, I think we can share about what could be a horror story. What is our ultimate horror story? It's like, what if this happens? It's like, I've got one, and it's something to do with pens. Deborah, I have a vintage Chanel bag. When they came back in style a couple of years ago, I dragged it out to only find that it went up, sorry. When it came back in style a couple of years ago, I dragged it out only to find the quilt stuffing had disintegrated. The quilt stuffing has disintegrated and the magnet on the set won't work. Oh my gosh. Did you send it back to repair? Oh. TT, when I first got my LV in 2006, my CA has a horror story. She forgot to ask me to pay for my Elma PM and said thank you, and we were already outside outside the boutique, and I reminded her, I haven't paid. That would be your essay's horror story. Like, forever. It will haunt her forever if you walked out with that bag. You're like, oh, okay, thank you, bye. Oh, so Coco. Number one, my daughter dropped and dragged my brand new Birkin. My daughter dropped and dragged my brand new Birkin on the New York City sideway. You're like, spilled breast milk on my GST, ice cream spilled on my Chanel classic flap, and it fell on the sand on the beach. Can you see my goosebumps? No, wait, can you see all my hair standing? It's like that, you know, like ugh. Katie, I have a Chanel flat bag in the green light and went out in green light green and went out for a party, and confetti was everywhere and it stuck on my, and didn't realize the next day. So the bag has confetti. Oh, you mean what? Oh my god! You mean if confetti gets stuck on patent bags, it can't come out? What? Is that true? Oh shit! Oh my god, I never knew that. Katie, is that true? Guys, did you know that? So what, Katie? It means confetti, you were carrying your patent bag. And then because there's like, you know, like you go for a wedding and then like confetti, like and then it got stuck on your bag, like seriously stuck on your bag, and you can't like peel it out, you can't like wipe it out. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. People, that's like a huge lesson learned. This is a good horror story. This is a good horror story. This is something that I never knew. I never knew. Gosh. People, take that advice from Katie Loves It. Please do not bring your patent bags to places that have confetti. Oh, I never knew. I swear. So, thank you. At least this horror story has taught me something. Confetti. They should ban confetti. Like, remember, like, pop, 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 and like, yay! You're like, yay! Shit! Shit! Oh my gosh. That is funny. My hubby dropped my mini flap turn lock on the concrete and scratched it. Oh my. That's why you never let your husbands carry the bags, okay? Jojo, lesson learned. Joe Junior, oh my god. I gave my mom an LV bucket bag and she decided to wash it herself like it was nothing. Ouch. Ouch. Ow. Ow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you went home and that bucket bag is hanging at the wash clothes line? It's like clipped there. She takes 2 cloth packs and she packs them up like that. I'm like, oh yeah, it's drying. It's drying. And then it drip, 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 drip all the water. You're like, did you at least hand wash it? Oh, that's funny. That's good. That's good. You know, honestly, actually, I have a horror story for my mom as well. So I gave her my Elma PM, right? I gave her my Elma PM, and you know, deep down in my heart, deep down down in my heart, the bag still belongs to me, okay? Honestly, like I kind of like, I know I gave it to her, like wholeheartedly I gave it to her, but somehow it's like one of my first few children, so I know it's like kind of like it's still mine, but you know, I've orphaned her over to my mom, and I know I'll happily let my mom use it and everything, but when I see my mom abuse it, I'm like, mommy, what are you doing to the bag? What are you doing? So anyway, I take it sometimes, you know, to do like a collection video. So every time I take it and I'm just looking at it, I'm like, you poor child. You poor child. Because she does what I tell her, mommy, make sure you stuff the bag, you put you keep the bag, you put some stuffing inside so you keep the shape, right? And my mom takes the word stuff the bag literally. So the bag's like, the bag's like yay big. And she stuffs the bag. She's like, stuffs the bag. Like, rah, rah, rah. So my Elma PM that has usually the shape that's a bit like, like this, right? It's kind of like this right now. It's it's like a turkey. I'm like, mommy, I mean stuff the bag, but not stuff the bag. I'm like, you poor thing. Is she overfeeding you? You're a little bit fat. So I will help restuff the bag. I'm like, ugh. I'll squash the stuffing, like. So, instead of it being like this Elma PM from the side, it's kind of like this Elma PM from the side. I'm like, oh my God, you poor bag. You poor bag. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? It's funny because she tries. But I guess my instruction was, mommy, lightly stuff the bag to keep its shape. My mom stuffs the bag. As I pull out the stuffing, she uses all this paper, but not bags, but she uses all the just stuffing paper, right? From shoe boxes and all that. And she packs it, she packs it like a fridge. Every corner. Like, right into the Elma PM's side corner. And then the zip is like, and then after it's so fat, she's like, I'm like, oh my God, what have you done? What have you done? Even pulling out the stuffing is like, I got it! I got it! I got the stuffing! So, yeah. It's not a horror story. It's just, it's funny. It's funny. So I cannot imagine if I gave her my Speedy and I'm like, mommy, keep the shape, stuff it. The Speedy's like this big. I'll find stuffings from I don't know from where. I need to find you. Clara, you're funny. Clara says everything gets a little bit fatter when after staying with mom. I totally agree. It's like everything is supersized. The effort is 200%. Okay, 200%. Oh, I know. My mom is thorough. Okay, my mom's a teacher. Okay, so I have to be, you must make sure the sentence is structured correctly for her. Otherwise, she'll be like, stuff the bag. Got it. Oh. So anyway. Okay, let's see. What else? Come on, give me a horror stories. Tiger Hems got pen marks all over my LV zippy wallet in Vernis. Never buy Vernis again. Oh my gosh. That I honestly tell you, while we talk about other horror stories that we've experienced, you can also share your horror stories. That your horror story is one of my nightmares. Okay, it's like one of my biggest fear because I always need to carry a pencil with me, or pen or pencil. So let's see if I have a pen. And one of my fears is maybe the cap comes out, or maybe if it's one of those retractable pens, if I push it down and I forgot to release it and the pencil sticks out and it's rolling in my bag and it's doing doodles in my bag. My nightmare also. And I think with canvas bags, It's terrible. Actually, it has happened to one of my bags before. A pen mark. I've never had an ink mark. Okay, I think that would be worse. Like, which is why I don't like to carry ink pens with me, like those with caps or just like, fountain pens. I think with ballpoint pens are still, it's bad, but I think with ink it's worse because ink just leaks out. But with pens, worst to worst, it will just like mark a few marks. So I try to like wrap my pens in a pencil case before dropping it in, but sometimes I forget. Sometimes it's like this little bag, I had to bring a pen with me, and sometimes when you're at the airport or you're rushing around, you're like, oh, fill up a form or something, and then you're like, dish, dish, slow motion into the bag, and it's not retracted. And then when you open your bag later, you're like, pen mark. So the horror is like that. So when I was using a pen in here, I was like, I could feel my heart slightly sink, because I was like, oh shit. So then as I take out the pen and everything, I'm like, because it's got canvas. But I think with canvas, I don't know if any of you have ever experienced canvas. Oh, that's a good one, Clara. Put your pen in a Ziploc. That's a good one. I think one of the new things that I'll carry in my bag from now on is Ziploc bags. Like just one extra one. Not a Ziploc bag with my mask inside, but just an extra Ziploc bag for things that are a little bit like funky. People will be wondering like why, everything you pull out, oh, you got your wallet, you got your makeup, you're like, I've got a Ziploc bag to protect my bag from pens. Like, what? Are you crazy? By the time I turn to my mom's age, that's when I'll say like, I have everything in my bag to do everything. Because my mom has everything in her bag to do something. I'm like, Mommy, do you have an extra plastic bag? God. Mommy, you got plaster? God. Mommy, you got pen? God. You got tissue? God. You got socks? God. You got washing powder? You God. I'm like, Mommy, what's in your bag? What's in your bag? Yeah, I think so. Then, I'm slowly accumulating all this MacGyver tools for my bag. Like Ziploc bags for this, erasers for that, detergent for this. Yeah, mommy's bags are always like Mary Poppins bags. It's like, I swear, there's never one time that I asked my mom, I said, Mommy, I need this. And my mom's like, I'm like, where did that come from? How long has it been in your bag? Oh no, my mom's clearly not into mini bags. Clearly, it's like everything, whatever you need. Oh yeah, I got a bit of headache. Ginseng tablets. Like, ginseng tablets. Oh, okay. Lamb sip. It freaks me out. Okay, sometimes I see like, what is in your bag? She's got everything. It's amazing. I complain that her bag is way too heavy for her, but the days that I suddenly say I need something, I'm like, yeah, Mommy, carry that bag, carry that 10-kilo bag, bring it along everywhere. I'm sure you guys experience this as well. Cannot be my mom is the only one that has a Doraemon bag. It's crazy. That kind of things. Oh my gosh, we've been 1 hour talking about horror stories. Okay, come on, people. Tell me more of your horror stories. Galtran says, you don't have to be mom's age to be like that. I have everything too. I can never be too prepared. It's true, it's true. Sometimes that's the problem. When I was carrying my toolbox, I had everything inside. I mean, everything that I need with a little bit of extra, especially when I go traveling. Because I always feel like I have to think, like personally, so we're diverting from horror stories, but I always feel like I have to think for two people, like me and my husband. And then if I'm traveling with my mom as well, and I think, oh, you know, man, I need to bring this extra thing. I need to bring this extra thing for my husband. You know, I know he's gonna have flu. I will bring this, bring that. And then suddenly my bag is like 20 kilos later, so heavy. I'm like, and my husband wait, I got something. I'm turning to my mom, but usually it happens when I'm traveling. But on a situation like that, I not traveling situation, then I don't really bother. I'm like, when we get home, right? When we get home. But really, it's crazy. JJ, your mom is Doraemon, my mom is 7-Eleven. I know, always be prepared, right? Always be prepared. Everything is crazy. It's crazy. It's so freaking heavy. So anyway, horror stories. Okay, what else do I have? Okay, I don't need to talk about my other horror story. The horror story, my Chanel horror story. Wait, sidetrack. Okay, we got a sidetrack question. You don't use a case with your mobile phone. What if it scratches? Oh, I do. I do use a case with my. You see? I've got a case. It's just because it's black. See? I do use a case with my phone. But honestly, I don't protect the screen. Like this screen, I don't have like another layer of protection for it, because for years and years and years I have been doing it. But I think for my last phone, I got so sick of it, like the additional layer, and then it's still cracked and all that. You know what? Forget it. So I decided that the only reason I'm using a case for this is because apparently these cameras need a bit, but you know what? I don't care. Phones change so quickly. I did care about it when I first got it, but really, actually, this iPhone screen is so strong. As long as you don't have like a diamond ring and scratching it, this it's actually really good, like really scratch proof. I mean, I do see some light scratches here and there, but I don't care. Girl guides, oh my gosh, yeah, I was a girl guide. Always be prepared. That's true. Wow, we've got 80 people here. Oh my gosh, guys, don't forget to give me a like. Okay, give me a like. It really helps with the channel, helps with this video as well. So thank you, people. Thank you. We will stay on for about maybe an hour and a half. Yeah, 1.5. Okay, let me go and tell you guys about my horror story. Actually, I did a whole video about it, my Chanel horror story. I'll tell that very quickly, because that was to me that is like that's like irritating horror story. We got the funny horror stories, but we got those irritating horror stories. So this one was my Chanel experience with that was the one that I said why I don't want to shop with Chanel anymore. But it's challenging, people. It's challenging because I actually have to get back to the same essay. This is like my nightmare. After that horror story whereby she was difficult with me during the sale, so she did this whole how do you say it? Like it's like not nice. Not to say not nice. Like I felt mistreated. I felt mistreated by my SA, whom I worked with for years. 5 years, I think, easily. The same SA that I gave a lot of business, but I felt mistreated by her during that last sale in, when was it? Was it October? I think it was in October, right? Yeah. So she was just not so nice. Okay, I saw the whole thing whereby she had to fight for sales with another essay, and then after that blamed it on me, and then said that next time, okay, she didn't do that. Okay, let me step back a bit. I don't add some salt and pepper on it. She just said, actually, next time if you come earlier, you message me, okay? Because other people, I'm like, dude, Did you just say that I didn't message you? Oh my god. Oh! Anyway, I don't tell the story. I did it on a video, so you can all watch my why I don't shop with Chanel anymore. So here's my nightmare to this. All right. Here is my nightmare. This essay of mine, I bought my Chanel J12 watch with her 2 years ago. So if you watch my J12 review, Chanel does a complimentary watch service within 2 years. So within 2 years from your purchase, so 24 months, you can bring your Chanel J12 watch back to Chanel and you can get complimentary servicing. But it has to be within 24 months. So I bought it in June. End of May. Sorry, I bought my watch end of May 2018. So it's May 2020 now. But the problem is I can't get back into Chanel, right? I'm stuck in Malaysia because of all this COVID situation and I'm hitting the 24 months. I want my complimentary service. That was one of the selling points of getting this watch, right? You get, because I have serviced my Omega Constellation watch before after many years, and servicing of a luxury watch is very expensive. Okay, so you should always enforce your right for this. So anyway, my nightmare, because I told myself I never want to talk to her again. I never want to suck up to her again. I never want to. I don't want to talk to her. I don't like her. I don't like her. No choice, I had to message her. I had to message her last week. I'm like, ugh. I cringed. Okay, I cringed at that moment that I had to suck in my pride and my ego and my distaste. And like, ugh, disgusting. Hi, XXX. How are you? Hi. How are you? Hope you're doing well and you're taking care and staying safe. Ugh, I don't want to talk to you, but I don't have a choice because of my Chanel J12 watch. Hey, I have an issue. I have an issue, because now with the shops being closed in Chanel, my watch, remember you helped me with my watch last time? How am I supposed to bring it back? Will Chanel still honor the 24-month complimentary service since I am actually stuck in a different country and I can't get back? I'm like, thank you for your help. So anyway, I'm like, send. Sit back. Disgusted. Yuck. I'm so disgusted with myself. I'm disgusted with me, okay? Like, I have to grovel again. Like, anyway. And then, lo and behold, she replies very nicely as well. So I'm like, sales hard, is it? I think must be hard lah. She said, oh, Miss Cat. Yes, of course. We will honor it. Just bring it back after this whole thing is over. Cool, all right. Save that message. We're not talking to you again. JJ. JJ is asking. Okay, actually, I'm exaggerating. Am I exaggerating? I'm not really exaggerating, okay? Because it really dug at my pride. Okay, I know. Oh my god, I'm so proud. It dug at my pride to talk to her again. It's just that this is the. I knew it. I knew I had this last commitment or this last engagement with Chanel through her, because it was one of the things that I knew, like, shite. I know this is coming up. I don't have a new essay in Singapore. They don't have my history, and I think it's best I still go back to her because she is the person that sold it to me. Unless she's no longer in the store. I mean, unless she's left the company and all that, but she hasn't. So anyway, suck my pride. Called her. So that's my nightmare. JJ is asking, can Chanel in Malaysia service the watch? Must go back to Singapore? I actually don't know, huh? I just feel a little bit more comfortable to bring it back to the person that I bought it with, because let's say I think of another scenario is, what if after servicing there are issues? You know what I mean? Like sometimes after servicing, maybe the time is a little bit out. I don't know. You know what I mean? I she's always the contact person for me with the watch, and especially since I did buy it in Singapore. So I just feel that kind of, I'm paying for that service, so I might as well take full advantage of it. So yeah, even though I could do it in Chanel Malaysia out of convenience, I just feel like I would rather let her handle it all the way till the end. And if there are any issues after the servicing, I'll come back to her. You know what I mean? So that is my rationale. But yeah, I just hurt my pride. Okay, that was my nightmare. Ayo. Because I think if there was no situation, like no issue at all, like there's no comment, I would just walk into the store and just say, oh, to whoever there, and then just work it out, because it's still Chanel Singapore. But with this situation, that I need to get extended warranty, like extended, yeah, it's sort of like extended warranty. We gotta talk with the person that sold it to me. JJ, international warranty. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I could try. Since I am here, right? I could try. Okay, Anita Chen. I have the worst experience in Taiwan Hermes boutique last month. After I checked, I asked for perfume samples, as perfumes are not supposed to be offered to customer. What? Really? That's bad. That's bad. Oh my gosh. That's mean. Yeah, that's mean. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna go out. Any more horror stories? Come on, share it all. Share it all. Only we luxury lovers will appreciate it. Like pen, I think I've got some pen marks, but pen marks are so common. You want those, like, bags get rolled under the bags get left at airports, bags get left rolled under the airport carriage. Oh my gosh. Wet, rain. Oh, I had one horror. Oh, I don't some of you didn't know about this. Let me tell you. This happened to my Celine bag. It is a horror story, okay? So any of you, okay. So this is also a lesson learned, because if any of you own those coated bags, thinking that it's like waterproof, nothing is waterproof, okay? Unless you waterproof it. So my Celine bag, all right? My Celine bag is, let's see if I have any material that looks like my Celine bag. I don't have anything. By the way, look at what this is. My first Coach bag. I found it while cleaning the house. Is it moldy? Okay, it's not moldy. Anyway, I found it. The strap was just utterly destroyed. But yeah, I kept the bag. No, I don't have any. Okay, but let me show you my Celine box bag. Okay, so basically, you guys, if you don't know how my Celine box bag looks like, go back to one of my videos. Look at how my Celine box bag looks like. It is the smooth calf skin, right? Where it's almost glossy, and it kind of gives you the impression that it's waterproof. Like water, if you drop like a drip of water on it, it will roll down, because it's so smooth and just so, it's got a bit of coating on it, right? Now, oh my gosh. Okay, one day, and I vlogged that. I vlogged it. Actually, I think I was doing one of my vlogs, and I was coming from the gym. It was a Wednesday. Can you imagine how horrified I was? I still remember it. I was walking It was a Wednesday. I was walking from the gym to the office and it was pouring rain, like horror, pour early in the morning. Not like, it was like, it took me almost half an hour to get from one spot to my office. And on a normal sunny day, it takes me maybe 10 minutes of walk, like just brisk walking. But because it was unsheltered, I had to cross one road after one road after one road and hide at the side corners and everything. It was just so bad. Okay, so anyway, I was carrying my I was carrying my box bag as a sling bag. So it was like this. Yep. Then I was carrying my backpack and I didn't have a umbrella. For some reason, okay, I usually bring an umbrella in my backpack, but for some reason, Murphy's Law, I didn't bring my umbrella with me. But even if I did, I don't think it would matter because it was so heavy, the rain. I would probably protect a bit of my head. So my box bag is here. So I'm like covering it like this, right? Covering it like that. Oh yeah, you remember the video. I was coming like that. And then I got my backpack. I carried my backpack forward, hugging my backpack. I've got my Celine bag here. And, I was just going through the rain, okay? And obviously, it was so heavy that, yes, I protected my head and my hair from the rain and most of my body in some part of the strap. But I got so much rain on the bag, right? Like, okay, so, oh my Lord. When I arrived back at my office, I took off my bag. It was soaked. My hair was soaked. I was just soaked. And I took my bag and I looked at it and I was like, ah! The leather, the water, because it was so much water. It wasn't like it was big, giant balls of water on it. And it soaked into the leather. That was how heavy the rain was. And I had to do a double take because my bag, the top of my bag looked as if it had boils. it had like bumps because of so much water, like I was like, oh my God, I freaked out, okay, because it's not like a Vachetta where the thing changed. It looked as if it was raised, okay. I freaked the hell out. But it was I quick action cat, MacGyver cat. Like, ah! I quickly, damped it because it just happened, right? It just happened. So if that ever happens to you, you have to take quick action because my quick action really saved the bag. Because I can imagine if I didn't do it, it would really damage the bag. So what I did was I quickly took lots of dry pieces of cloth. Then I took like a fan and I fanned it and I put it under the air con, like some place that had a lot of air, and I could see, the air dry up really quickly, and then it started to be, how do you say, like smooth again. But if I just say, oh crap, and just let it be, I can imagine if that water just soaked right through deeper into the leather, and I don't know what will happen. Because after that, the next, within about half an hour, it just dried up and then it just calmed down. It was, like sometimes like hives, think about hives, when you start scratching and then it starts to spread and you get this big bump and you're like, oh my God. So the more you scratch it or you leave it, so you just come on, put some calamine lotion on it and it sort of subsides and it's calm and nothing happens. That's how it was. It was like hive, fong mok, whoa. Oh my God, it was like a pimple back from more big bulbs. I was like, ah! 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 Calm down. Take coughs, lots of tissue. Go to the aircon. Oh. my office colleagues thought I was mad. But I tell you, the extra 15 minutes of MacGyver bag rescue saved the bag, okay? Because I cannot imagine if I just said, oh shit, leave it there. Don't do anything. Just leave it and let it dry. It would have soaked even deeper, and I swear I wouldn't know. It could maybe a month later it will start cracking. Because right after that, I really monitored the bag for like a week. I continued to look at it. Like I said, oh, it looks okay, you know. Nothing went through. So it didn't actually seep through the bag, but it was just on that top layer. You think about your skin, you know, you got 3 layers. Maybe it just went through the first layer, reaching the second layer. Haven't hit the fatty layer yet. I feel like that's what happened, you know. So, wow. Because anyway, after that experience, after that happened, then after checking the bag, then it's just nothing. But yeah, it did look like a waterproof bag, but hell no. In a monsoon rain, nothing will save your leather bags, okay? Nothing. Unless you put it under your shirt. Yeah, horror. Pimple bag. Ayo, I tell you, if that bag damaged, it start peeling. What if the leather start peeling? That's it, doomed, gone. Okay, let me just see what you guys. How do cows and cows do it in the rain? Okay, let's see what Maggie said. Okay, Maggie's telling, I had my GST spot by leather surgeons. The inside still looked dirty. I messaged them and they said they did their best they could. So I used a mild detergent in a wet towel and I cleaned it. Then I emailed them and I told them that I was able to clean it without problems. No response. Then a month later, I saw some of the areas that were flaking off and I emailed them again to fix. I had to resend the bag back to them and they wanted to charge for the shipping. I told them to charge me, but at the end, they didn't charge me for shipping. Oh my gosh. Leather Surgeons is a very popular company on YouTube. Among the YouTube luxury community that repairs bags. And yeah, that's shocking. Oh, Joyce, you got a good question. Hi, why didn't I put it into my backpack before going out in the rain? Okay, why? Because my backpack was full of things. Because I came from the gym, so I had all my things inside and I couldn't like pull them out to carry. I did think about that, okay? I was thinking, oh my God, I couldn't. So I tried to use my backpack as a protection, but my backpack had my computer and all of that inside. It was just, oh, what a nightmare. So lesson learned, always carry an umbrella or always bring a raincoat. That is something that I am considering putting into my future Mary Poppins bag. Carry a raincoat. Let me show you. I don't care if I look like a maniac. At least I could use my raincoat to protect me and my backpack. Let me show you. I have raincoats. Adult size. I buy these in Watson. So this is what I think after that incident, I freaked out and I bought like tons of these raincoats, thinking that, well, if I ever carry my luxury bag and I'm traveling, I might need a raincoat. Joyce said, Kat, you should have just hand carried my computer and put my Celine. Girl, are you kidding me? Hand carry my computer? Hand carry my electronic item in rain? I'm not sure whether will I get fired for destroying my computer or protect the Celine bag. I'm not sure which is a better solution. Girl, computer in rain. So I took the risk, saved the computer. Oh yeah, please, people, just like we protect our bags with pens, from pens with this thing, I've tried to protect my bags with a additional bag. But for some that day, you know, I usually carry one of my recycling bags with me all the time. Do I have it here? I carry it, but just for that one day, you know, that day that I don't know, I unpacked my bag, I took a few things out, I didn't bring my umbrella, and I didn't bring my usual recycling bag. But seriously, that recycling bag will protect my bag from light rain. That day, that rain was like, it would just go through the recycling. Because I think the recycling bag, even though it's plastic, it still gets soaked wet. It's not a water, it's not like plastic bag. It's that kind of material. Yeah, so anyway, gosh. Joyce is like, bags are more important, hand carry your clothes. You know, on hindsight, I should have done that, you know, dig out all like my clothes and like hand carry it. But yeah, well, too late. It was like, oh shit, so many things to carry. Okay, protect the bag. I think one of the reasons why I decided not to put inside, so I was afraid of getting it scratched. So, you know, there's so many issues, so many issues. Right, exactly. So, me, you're exactly right. The one day in the whole year, or the just my whole habit, the day that I decided no need to put a umbrella in my backpack. I think today is okay. I came out early in the morning. The skies look bright and sunny and shiny. It wasn't even sunrise. Haven't even sunrise yet, but it looked like it didn't want to rain. Nothing. I said, you know what? I think I can, you know, take a little bit of weight off my Celine bag. I don't need my recycling bag. And that rain, it rains like a I'm like, oh no. Teaching me a lesson, okay? Teaching me a lesson. Yeah. That's usually how it works. Exactly, babe. That's exactly how it works. So what does it tell you? Carry everything. Always be prepared. Bring a mom bag. Always be prepared. That's why my mom carries a 10-kilo bag. I don't. Oh, let me see. Okay, let me see if I have any more luxury horror stories. I think of all these years of mold. Yeah, mold is a pest. Not really a horror. I've gone through so many of that. Traveling. Oh, okay. I'll tell you one. It's a near. Okay, this is from my friend. All right. This is from my colleague, and it's a horror story of itself, but it could have been a luxury horror story because she told me about it, and I was just, oh my god, horrified. But she said at least something didn't happen. So okay, this is I guess it's also about traveling, and it's scary because she actually got robbed, right? Her whole family got robbed on a car. But she ended it by telling me that her bag was saved. So I was thinking like, okay, anyway. So basically, I think the family went to Milan, or I think it was Milan, and they rented a car. Okay, they rented a car, and she told me, you know, while they were renting the car at that place, she felt they were being watched. So she was with her husband, her mom, and her sister, and they were going. I think they're going to take a drive from one place to another place, another city, and they were going to drive around Europe. I can't remember the places, but while they were paying for the car rental, she said, you know, instinctively she felt that outside of the shop they were being watched. Like there were some people watching them, and they were kind of like uneasy. But anyway, they took the car, they started to drive. So while they were driving, and then the mom and the sister were at the back with some of the bags. So I think she told me that while they were driving, and then suddenly they felt like one of the, like, I think it was one of those cars where they could tell you the tire at the back is, you know, lack of air, right? So they decided to, you know, stop the car at the side. And then like moments later, a car stopped, and then said, oh, I can help you, which is very typical kind of like horror stories, right? You get at the side. But I think in that moment where you're like, oh no, the car tire is flat, la 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 la. So she got out of the car to check. No, the husband got out of the car to check, but she was still at the front seat. Then the husband went, oh yeah, the tire. And that guy that stopped at the front, also the car, also came like, oh, talk to them, because it was in a foreign country, a foreign language, but they still understand English. They said, oh, okay, this is blah, blah, blah. We can go back to the store at that side, at the end there, to get to fix the tire. Then later, she said that she was sitting in the car with the mom, so all three of them were in the car, and then they were feeling like taking a little bit too long. So she came out of the car as well. Came out, talk with that guy, and then the husband walked back. I think they walked to the shop to fix the tire and then came back. And then once they closed the door, when we came into the car, and then suddenly she asked the husband, did you close the door? While they were looking at the tire, right? Did you close the doors? So that means when they got out from the car to the back of the wheel, they didn't close the door because everybody decided to come out of the car. Even the mom and the sister, they just came out, but they closed the door. So the husband and the wife didn't close the door, but the sister and the mother, when they got out of the car, they closed the door. All of them came out to look at the tire and but when they got back into the car, the bags at the front seat were stolen. So they suspected that it was all planned, like maybe somebody let the air out of the tire, etc. And then while everybody just came out of the car because it was taking so long, but the only thing is they didn't close, the back seats, the back doors were closed, but the front doors were open. Somebody must have come from the front to take their things. So she said that they lost their passports. So the wife, my friend, lost the passport, lost money from the handbag, lost, what else? The husband lost the money, lost the passport. But because they came from, I think they bought things at Milan, which includes her Chanel boy bag, that was with her mother at the back seat, who luckily, when they came out of the car, they closed the door. So it was such a nightmare because they got robbed. But she told me lucky, my Chanel bag is still at the back seat. Otherwise, it would have been worse. I was like, oh my God. I was like, well, how much money did you lose? She said they lost a lot of money because they just came out. So lesson learned. Please carry your belongings with you all the time. Okay, all the time. You're coming out of the car, carry your belongings with you all the time. Especially when you're traveling, don't take it out in the car, in the comfort of your car. No. Hang it there. 4 hours later, hang it there. Hang it there. Buckle it up. Walk with it everywhere. Because I think, once you're in the car, you're like, put it on the floor. And then you just never know, right? You never know. And another lesson, if you're driving, always have somebody stay in the car, because it's also happened to my husband before in Malaysia, whereby they use this tactic to get you out of the car, distract you, and you do something, and someone else from the front will go into your car and take your things. It's very common. But because we are, we are distracted, right? We are distracted. We just from other things, accident, car situation, we just forget the important things that are left in our car, because it's natural, right? The moment you come in your car, you're like, yeah, put the bag there, put the thing there, even in your own place. So try and keep your things close to you. Always don't leave it in the car. Yeah, it's crazy. Traveling is one, but even in your own country, this is a tactic with a lot of things. Okay, so let me tell you, with my husband's robbery situation in Malaysia, it's exactly the same. Because when she told me, I was like, oh my, when she told me they came out of the car, I was like, they stole something from your car? Because when she told me that, I knew it already, because it happened exactly the same thing to my husband. He was driving in KL, and I think some motorbike bumped his back. Boom. So naturally what happens, right? Because my husband has like the like a bag that he keeps all his, iPods, everything, and he, it's a heavier bag, and he just puts it there because of all the music and everything. He just leaves it there. So bumps the bag, and he's like, oh shit. So he comes out, and then the guy's like, they'll come and say, they come and disturb you at the window, right? So naturally what happens, you're distracted or accident, that. You leave the car. One thing, you must always close the door and lock it. Close the door, lock it. Close the door, lock it. But if you forget, that is the risk, right? So he comes out, he leaves the door open, he goes to the back, check, because they are distracting you. They're probably getting your eye view to them. They're talking to you like this, and you're like talking to them. So your view is not at the front seat, not at your door, nothing. And that's it lah. Because the person, they've probably got a partner to come from the front to go into your car and grab and go, whatever. And probably that accident is probably nothing. It's just like, never mind. Yeah, okay lah. Once they grab already, probably say, and then they always end it. They ended it with my husband. They said that, tak apa lah. Because they already got your stuff. Then you go back, he went back into the car and he looked, his whole pouch was gone. They stole it. He stole his pouch. It is the same thing that happened to my friend. Yeah, so this is like something. So, if you ever get an accident, that you have to leave the car, turn off the engine, get out of the car, lock the door, and then discuss. You just have to brace yourself for that moment. Don't panic, right? I know I can say it right now, but for me, one of the things, once I get into the car, I always lock the door. For me, I always lock. I make it a habit. Once I get in the car, I lock the door. And I guess this is something to be alert of. So when I leave the car, I turn off the car. I always turn off the engine. I always tick, 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 lock the door, because it has happened to us before. Yeah. So anyway, just be mindful. I know. I guess when you're in Singapore, and if you're driving in Singapore, it's kind of safe. But I guess maybe because I am from Malaysia, I'm extra just weary of situations and people. I always lock the door and lock the car every time I leave my car. Yeah, Joanna. Yeah, he puts a wheel lock in his head. You gotta lock it. You lock your car, and if you got your things in the car, please lock it. Lock your car. So, okay, Maggie. I was wearing my Prada backpack in a museum room, and at the end of the visit, I noticed my damier, a bean pochette with my wallet, was gone. They were pretending to be tourists and were following me. They returned my wallet and damier, a bean pochette, and saying they found it. Cash gone, but everything. Oh my gosh. You know what, Maggie? You know what? Okay, let me tell you, that is exactly the same thing that happened to my dad. So this is a horror story of, okay, I guess our luxury horror stories are turning into horror stories of traveling, but that's okay. We can divert to other horror stories because it's also a great lesson learned. And it's sharing, right? Because we all love to travel, and I can just imagine that this can happen to any of us. And if it was with our luxury items, that would be even worse. Double whammy. Okay. It basically was like that. We were at the train station in Paris, okay? And, sorry, not train, it was the metro in Paris. So my brother was there, my mom, my dad, myself, and my husband. So we were going up the escalator, okay? My dad was in front, and my brother was first, and then my dad, and then I think me, my husband, and then my mom was like at the back. Something like that, okay? So anyway, we were going up the escalator, and then there was this guy like walking up the escalator really quickly. So right towards the top of the escalator, he bumped into my father in front of me. He kind of like shoved my father forward. So right at the top, my father tripped, he tripped over like a few steps, and he quickly helped my dad get up, right? Get up, and walk past up the escalator. So I was, obviously, when you see your father fall forward, at an escalator. It's a very slow escalator in the metros, right? My dad was, oh shit, oh no, what happened? Okay, so he said, Papa, you okay? Everything, yeah. But it never occurred to us he got pickpocketed, right? So then my brother just said, check your wallet. Is your wallet still there? So my father just tapped his pocket, and obviously his wallet was stolen. So and then the whole bunch of us started to run, like walk really fast. Oh, I think he's there, he's there. Then you know what happened? One guy, so it's a partner, right? Because later we kind of figured out a partner, said that he passed, he like, that guy, he went there. How was it? Yeah, something like he went there. So he pointed us to another direction, but he said that he found the wallet, gave the wallet, like found this wallet on the floor, right? Passed it back to us and then said that guy went there, that way. So obviously we're like, okay, thank you very much. And we walked there and we walked to the other direction. So stupid, right? Because we know that they're probably partnering. They gave it back. I mean, we found the wallet, right? The wallet, it was there. But all the money was gone, right? All the money was gone. And we were already going in a different direction because probably that guy was going that direction. So they partnered to divert us to another area. So my dad lost about 700-800 euros, but luckily we found the wallet. You know what I mean? It's not really found. It's probably the same partner team took the money out quickly and said, "Oh, bro, your wallet. This is your wallet." But the guy went there. We chased to the other direction. So it's those tricks, right? It's a tried and tested and proven to work trick that they do, because they catch us off guard. They just catch us off guard and they divert your attention somewhere else. What about the important papers? No, they just grabbed his wallet. So they just took his wallet. I think the guy, when he pickpocketed the wallet, he just opened the wallet, take the money, and then threw it to his friend and continued to run forward, right? And his friend must probably say, "Oh, this is your wallet. I found it on the floor. That guy went there." And then we all went to that direction. And he probably just walked off, sauntered off with his friend at that right direction, at the wrong direction, right? So one lesson is, guys, please don't put your wallets at your back pocket, which is why they love bum bags right now, like, because you can carry it forward, which is absolutely something you must do. And for us, okay, so after this, I'll tell you one very auntie trick that my mom taught me. And honestly, I still do it and I'm not embarrassed to do it. It's a be prepared trick. And I do it because the world is full of crooks. Exactly what you said. It's full of crooks. People don't try. You know, when you're in that situation, when you're on a way, it's really challenging. And it's in every country. I'm talking Malaysia has it. Malaysia is a little bit more attack and go, so snatch thieves and everything. Whereas when I travel to those kind of countries, it's more pickpockets. It's more, like tricky and all that. And if you're traveling, it's a big hassle. So yeah. So yes, in a way, luckily he didn't have to go to the whole situation whereby what do you call it? Like, you get your password and everything. And I'll tell you, I was also in that same holiday, all right, that same holiday, I went out on my own. Hey, no, wait. Was it that holiday? No, sorry, in another holiday. Just I think before that. So before that holiday, I went out on my own. And this time, I think my husband, I wasn't even married yet. It was just with me and my dad and my brother and my brother, my dad, and I think my cousins. So I went to the metro again in Paris, and I bought some stuff, right? I had some luxury goods with me. So I think I had like a bag, a big paper bag. So I think those are the days whereby they give you like big paper bags. I remember carrying I think it was like a huge Prada bag and then something else. So I had like 2 or 3 big paper bags with me, and I was alone. Okay. So this one single Chinese girl traveling alone in the metro. So I was going from the shops to take the metro back to where my auntie stays in Paris. And this was before my dad got robbed. So this was way before, I think almost about 5 years before. But something about, I think maybe because I was alone, I was maybe a little bit more alert. Because when I was walking from the shops to the metro, so walking down the stairs, I felt like I was being followed by two young boys. I can't remember how they look like, but I swear, something like, you know, like your spidey senses are being tickled, like. So I was like, am I being followed? Because I was carrying all these bags, right? They probably think I was a lot of money, probably wanted to rob me. So I was walking with them. And I walked up a little bit, and these two boys were just like walking around. So then what I did was, at the train station, because at the train, when the train came, I decided not to go on the train. I decided to wait a little bit. So people came on the train, off the train, and I just stood there looking up because the staircase was coming down, and I looked up and I said, those two boys are still there. I said, are you coming on the train? Like, you know, my spidey senses are raining. If they were coming to the train station, they would have come down and, you know, taken the train as well. But they were like coming down, and they saw that I was still there. They went up again the staircase, like you know, it's like one of those 2-level staircases. And I was like, okay, I think I shouldn't board the train, because if they really followed me all the way home, once I get off the train at my auntie's stop and I'm walking on the street, I could have been robbed, right? So I stood there for a while. I was thinking, okay. So I walked back up the stairs, and you know where they I think they saw me. You know where they went in? They went into those photo booths. You know, those train stations have photo booths where you could sit there and you just take one of your passport photo booths. So one guy went inside, and then the other guy just stood outside. So they were like just hanging around there, went inside the photo booth, and I'm like carrying all my bags, like, oh, all right, confirm plus guaranteed you guys are following me. So I decided to go to the security counter, like those passenger service centers. And I just said, you know what? I said, I feel very uncomfortable. I think it's because I'm carrying a lot of shopping bags, but I think those two boys in that photo booth is following me because they have been hanging around for a while. So then straight away, the girl said, okay, don't go anywhere. Because I thought they were going to be like, I think you're crazy. You know, I thought they were going to say something like that. But I think then they asked me, are you alone? I said, yeah, I'm alone. I'm going back to my auntie's place. Then they said, okay, I think you better stay here. I think it's because you're carrying a lot of bags as well. Just stay here. Can you call your auntie? I think you should have somebody follow you back. So I was quite young, I was in my early 20s, yes, I wasn't married yet. So then they called the security guards. The security guards went to, like, one guy came and talked to them, like, whatever lah, said something, and they were like, no, nothing, nothing. They stared at me for a while, and then they walked away. So I was like, oh my God, my spidey senses were right. So then I called my auntie, my cousins came and picked me up, and my cousin was like, of course you were going to get robbed. Look at you. Yeah, but I don't know. I just, it was like as if the luxury gods or just the shopping gods were like, girl, you are like main target, okay? You have been robbed or just, you know, snatched thief that time. Because I just felt like I was being followed. You know, you like shopping, like, then you like, go to the metro. And I guess it's being alert, right? And I swear I was so lucky, okay? Yeah. JJ's asking, what do you think about carrying your luxury bags along with you during holidays? I do not dare to carry my expensive bag. I carry my nylon, non-expensive backpack, and I think it depends, JJ, on the location. You know, location. If I know I'm traveling to a country whereby it's safe. Okay, so I'll give you an example of safe. If I was carrying my bag to a place like Singapore, you know, maybe I'm familiar with I'm familiar with the location, and I'm also, yeah, but you know, Singapore is Singapore is so clinically safe that I feel so I apologize if this insults the Singaporeans, but I swear some Singaporeans they take their safety for granted. I'm telling you, really, because it is so safe. People don't want to do petty thieves in petty crimes in Singapore that really the safety becomes it's just people are less alert. Let me tell you how I know this. And Japan is also another place is very safe, right? I feel like those are the places where I feel a little bit more comfortable to carry my luxury bags. But if I was going to places like I don't know, I you know, like maybe a little bit less safe. I don't know. There are places where like I won't be carrying my luxury bags all around Malaysia. That's for sure. I don't feel very safe unless I know I'm going from one location into that shopping mall and then back into my car and back home. You know, but if I'm going to be walking on the streets in Malaysia with my luxury bags, I swear that you will never see me do it. Okay, never. It is not safe. You are just being a target. But if I were to drive myself to Pavilion Mall, next to the entrance, walk upstairs into the mall with my luxury bag, come back down the escalator that is parked next to the entrance at the parking lot, drive all the way home, I will carry my luxury bag. But if you ask me to walk along the streets with my luxury bags, no way will I do it. I'll be carrying my Naraya bag, okay? That's how I feel. It's just, it's not safe, okay? It's not, you just don't want to put yourself out there. But okay, so let me tell you about Singapore. It's really safe, and it's so safe because there are cameras everywhere. You look up, you're like, oh, hi. Oh, hi, camera. Oh, hi. You know the kind of thing, because there are cameras everywhere. Okay. When I first came to Singapore about 9 years ago, I saw for my own eyes how people take their safety for granted. You will never see this happen in Malaysia, okay? You will never, because people will hold their luxury bags like this with their dear lives. But I was walking in the mall, and then we were walking outside. So the restaurant, okay, you could eat at the restaurant here. People are walking out and down, it's at the side road. Tons of people, all kinds of people. There was this giant, I think it was an LV bag. I kind of think it was a Speedy. Anyway, it was an LV bag, like an expensive handbag, okay? LV bag. Propped right on top of the table. Handle straight up like this. On the table. No one sitting around the table. No one. Not even your friend. Say, hey, look after my bag. No. Empty chairs. 2 cups of coffee. LV bag. There. Lone Ranger. You're like, whose bag is that? And from the other side, you're like, must be the girls, because 20 feet away, okay, no, 10 feet, I think, about 15 feet away, at the other side, near the taxi stand, there was these 2 girls standing there, smoking. And they were kind of looking towards the table. They were like in that, the head space. But 15 feet away, your luxury bag is on the table for the world to see, like that. I'm like, girl, did you just like leave your handbag for anyone to take on a table that had nobody sitting on. Like, have you ever heard of fast runners? Like, seriously. I just was so shocked. You will never see that in Malaysia, okay? You will never see a handbag sitting there with with an empty table and you're feet away, miles away, okay? In Malaysia, that's already miles away. You will never even put your bag will never be like that far, okay? You're like, hello, oh, gone. But she was, no way, man, stolen, okay, gone. But yeah, that's how Singapore is. I feel like they just take that kind of safety for granted, because if you don't care for it, you don't, not to say you don't care for your bag, but it's just that because you know it's safe, you make it, it becomes a habit for you to not realize that it may not be safe in other countries. So you should always continue to practice extreme caution when it comes to your bags. It doesn't matter if you think, yeah, Singapore is safe, it's okay, put the handbag there to choke the table. No, sorry, no, never. Tissue paper, okay, but never your handbag, okay? Because then it becomes part of your habit. It just becomes part of it. Because if you go to France or you go to some really poorer country, you're like, yeah, just leave the bag there, it's okay. You see, go bye, because it's not natural anymore. Yeah, Singapore has, it's just that because it's so capsulized, the safety, that it's for me as a Malaysian, I'm always extra wary. If I'm in a car by myself, I lock all the doors. And then even in the taxi, when I go into Singapore, I lock the door. I just continuously make this, my freaky nature to be extremely cautious, because it will serve me well when I go traveling, right? My spidey senses are on high alert, like ding, 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 ding. Yes, you want to enjoy the holiday. You want to be like, oh, I don't want to think about anything, but you cannot take that for granted, because, oh my God, then when we do another luxury horror story live stream, you'll have lots of horror stories. Yeah, you'll have but we don't want this kind of horror stories because they're not fun. They're painful. But if your spidey senses are like not fine-tuned, you'll have a lot of horror stories, and I'm sure a lot of it have to do with pickpockets and stuff like that. Evan, I saw someone reserve a seat with their handphones. I know, my God, yes, Evan. I have seen people put in Singapore. I have seen people put their iPhone 11 on a table. Choke the seat. Oh my God. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Oh my gosh. Black Dweeb. When I came to Singapore first time, I was shocked to see iPads being used to save seats and tables at kopitiams. Really? Even for me, sometimes I feel like I have immersed myself into the safety net in Singapore. Sometimes I just put my bag down. But my slightly fine-tuned senses would tell me, yeah, Kat, you can put your backpack, right? Your gigantic, heavy, ugly-ass grey crumpler backpack on the seat and a tissue to choke the seat. But girl, don't you do it. Don't you dare put your handbag there. Like, okay. No, backpack heavy. But handbag, never. But I've seen, people put everything, backpack, handbag, everything around the seat to choke, to reserve that location, because it's all about booking your spot, because seats are limited, especially at the restaurant. So you want to choke the seat. But I've seen handbags, I've seen, I mean, the usual culprits are like tissue paper, umbrellas, grocery bags. Yeah, okay. Honestly, if anybody wants to take that, then you're like, oh my God, you're so desperate. But but I've seen expensive things, and I'm like, I know Singapore is safe, but girl. Have I ever seen people leave their branded bags to chope seats? I've never seen them use their branded bag to chope a seat, for sure. But I've seen people just leave their stuff, including branded bags, at their seats. So you know what I mean? Like it's like, it's, how do you explain this? It's like I use my tissue, I chop the seat at the tissue, yeah, because the table, that spot is mine. So the seat is mine, right? I'll put everything else. So include my bag, everything. I'll just use it. Nobody will take it because I've got my tissue there. And I'm like, no. Put your backpack. Okay, girl. Yeah, your ugly backpack, go right ahead. Okay, I don't think anybody can grab that backpack and run off fast enough in this crowded place. But not your handbag, or not your wallet, or not your handphone. I've seen wallets on the table. Wallet, like guy wallets, left on the table. No. Anyway, it's just habitual. So any of you in Singapore, please don't do it, okay? Don't make it a habit. Oh my God, Calvin, that's a funny thing. That's a great idea. I'm like, I should create one of those like reserved and then laminate it, right? And then always carry it around with me. That's a great idea. I like it. Yingling says, hubby felt touched in his back pocket in the Paris metro and was about to head out, but it was a pregnant lady, so he could not proceed. Wallet was intact, and the pregnant lady walked off the train. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, pregnant lady. Oh, oops. Yeah, but guys, seriously, when you're out, don't put your wallet in your back pocket. Like, I always have to scold my husband, don't put your wallet in the back pocket. And I think out of habit, he doesn't, because he doesn't really wear jeans because he's always in his sports gear. But yeah, you just carry it, like put it in your front pocket or something. Oh, okay. Here's another. All right, just before we end, yeah, since we're all talking about horror stories about being robbed and being pickpocketed, because it is a nightmare. It is a trouble. It's just, yeah, we don't want this to happen to us. So my mom tells me to do this thing. I know it's so typical Chinese, and it's so, I don't know. My husband thinks it's funny. My husband thinks I'm crazy. He thinks that I am just being extra paranoid. Maybe I am. Okay, maybe I am. But this is when I feel like I'd rather be prepared than not. So I have I'm giving my tips. If any of you are pickpockets or robbers, don't come near me, okay? Mommy trick. So basically, I always wear, like, my jeans are extra. Like, when I go traveling, I always try to wear jeans that are slightly more loose, and I like to split my money. Okay, so I will, how do you say? I'll split my money and I'll split my credit cards. Okay, bye Deborah. Yeah, I'll split my money, I'll split my credit card. So I always like to bring a pair. Like, I'll bring 2 credit cards, I'll bring 2 credit cards, and I'll bring 2, like, I'll split my money into 2 or maybe 3, depends on how paranoid I am. So why do I do that? I will put, like, some money in my easy to reach handbag. So like maybe I'll put, and I'll put a credit card there, but I'll also slot it somewhere. So even if I were to be pickpocketed or robbed, I know that not everything is gone with this one item. And if I lose one credit card, at least I still have one more credit card on me, right? I have something. So this is this handbag that is, constantly being used all the time. I just have, it's like basically I'm replenishing my petty cash. My petty cash, and everything else is stuck on my body. And I'm telling you, it's stuck on my body. Okay. It's not tied on a little, it's not tied on a little chain here with that, that little pouch that hangs right here. It's pinned in my ass. Okay. So I have a little one of those bobby pin, not bobby pins, those baby diaper pins, those baby diaper ones. So what I do is I will, depending on what I'm wearing, okay, and usually I like to wear jeans, looks like mommy jeans. So I will actually pin it. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to show. Okay, it's hard to show, but I'll show you. So let's say, imagine this is a bit too tight. Otherwise, it'll be bulging here. So I would take a diaper pin, and then I would take a, let's see. Am I giving my tips away? It's not even a safety pin, It's one of those diaper pins. So they're actually a little bit bigger. Anyway, let me just grab something. Okay, let me use this. Not so big, yeah? Like a small version of one of those drawstring bags. Or if you're from Pokong, they have the small like jewelry pouches, or even or even one of these. It has to be a little bit softer. Let me find for something that I can show you guys. Okay, let's just use my Lindy's one. Okay, imagine if it's this, okay? Something that's not so big. It's because you just want to keep one credit card and the cash. So it's something that is very thin that you can tie, and you can, pin it into your pocket here. So I will imagine if it was this, but this is way too big. Okay, I got smaller ones. Just stuff it inside here. And then I will pin it inside. So it will only work, okay? It will only work if you have very loose jeans. If at first it feels a little bit uncomfortable. The first time I did it, it feels a little bit uncomfortable. And then, of course, if you never use it, you kind of feel like, oh, it's such a wasted effort. But I swear, okay, if you ever, in the most unfortunate situation, lose your wallet or lose your handbag, at least you still have cash and at least one freaking credit card with you. On you. Okay, but this is too big. You need to find like the perfect. I have like one or two like really soft, really thin, that you can pin it within your clothing. Sometimes, dresses have it. Anyway, when you're traveling, especially if you're going to a lot of safe location. So what if you look a little bit auntie, right? It doesn't matter. At least you're safe. So I'll pin it in my pocket. And that is money that you don't actually want to use. So I usually do like an 80-20 rule. So I'll think, okay, for today I'm going to spend, let's say I'm going to go out today the whole day, and I feel like I'm going to spend, say, $100 or $200, $100 on stuff, cash, petty cash, like whether it's food, transport, or so I'll put that into my petty cash wallet, right, outside. And then if anything else, I'll just use my credit card. And all the other spare cash, we just say, I see a really great purchase that needs $400. That cash will be in my pocket, right? And if I know I'm going to buy something like that, I'll say, you know what, just give me a second. I need to go to the toilet. Take it out. If you don't mind being an auntie, just pull it out from your pocket. Like, pull it out. But otherwise, just have some money on you. Because, I tried the whole, wear the extra pouch around the neck and then keep it here. I swear, that is even more uncomfortable. Most likely, unless you're very, very, you like to use that kind of thing, most likely you won't use it because it's like stuck right here. Oh my god, it's so uncomfortable. But if you just pin a little bit of cash on your body at your jeans inside, never know. So anyway, even if you don't do that, even if you don't want to pin it in your body, you feel like that's too much, maybe you don't mind pinning it in within another bag, go ahead, right, do that. But always split your cash, okay? Always split your cash and always bring 2 credit cards, 1 and 1. So I don't know if that's pin it to my bra, that's crazy. I'll never do that. I pin it to my pocket. So I always like to wear very loose jeans and really baggy jeans because when it's baggy, actually you don't feel it anymore. And please don't use pouches as big as this, like really tiny ones, okay? And I'm not asking you to pin like $20,000 worth of 20,000 euros into your pocket. That's crazy. I'm just talking about one day of traveling out, right? You shouldn't be bringing so much cash with you anyway. I'm talking about us normal human beings traveling and you're using daily cash, right? You need some additional cash. Yeah. So yeah, that's my mommy trip. My mom's like, I'm like, mommy, why do you? But my mom does it like crazy. Okay, she does it like she pins like 2 or 3. I'm like, no, with the whole situation now, you just don't need to use so much cash. I guess in those days they use a lot of cash, but now I don't. I put a lot in a debit card and all, but you still need some cash, right? You still need some of that cash to go around on metros or even in emergencies and all that. So even with that little bit of cash, I like to split it because you can never be too prepared. But don't overdoing it, because then it will be just very, very uncomfortable and very, very disruptive to your day. So yeah, that's my little sharing for how I travel. When I go, and I only do this in places where I'm like a bit of a freak. And there are some places. Ooh. Slinky saying they sell these electronic tracking things. What's that? Oh, you did retracted it. Okay. All right, people. It is 2 hours. So thank you so much. I mean, it got sidetracked to be about, safety tips on traveling. But thank you for sharing all your horror stories. And really, really, it was so fun. What do you guys want to do next week? Like, what should we do next week's Oh, Amy says, oh yeah, you should, Amy. Absolutely, I do the exact same thing. So yes, Amy says I lock the door right away, regardless of when I'm driving, or we just should always just continuously lock it. Yeah, what shall we do next week? So just before, we'll just spend a couple of minutes. What do you guys want to do next week? So we did horror stories. I have my live stream. Oh, Q&A. You want to do a Q&A, Noah? All right, yeah, we could do a Q&A. We could do one of those live Q&As. Oh, those are challenging, right, Amy? Those are hard to do because everybody's like, you're trying to catch all the questions. Yeah, we could do a Q&A. Yeah, let's do a live one. I think that would be quite fun, right? So come prepared with your questions. It could be anything, and instead of doing a Q&A, request first and then live it, we could do a Q&A live. Okay, I think that will be fun. We'll try it, like, oh, okay, come on, let's do a live Q&A. And we're like, come on, let me scroll up, let me check those questions. Sweat, I think I need 3 cups of coffee, but I would love it. Okay, as long as you guys come with your questions. And then, just talk to each other. I think that's amazing, right? And I guess, especially now that I've been doing so, this is like I think today, if I'm not mistaken, I suspect today is live stream number 20. So Sunday, Wednesday, it's been 20 live streams already since I started. So, wow. I see I see a lot of you have, constantly, and thank you so much for keeping coming, and it's nice, right? You guys talk to each other. JJ, you know, JJ, Slinky, Dinky, Gao. You know, I think you see each other's names all the time, and it's really, really fun. So that's what is really great. Not just talking to me, you know. Talk to yourselves, lah. Use this like, you know, the good old ICQ days. Like, yeah, let's get her, let's talk to her. Don't we just miss those days whereby it is, you don't really know the person. How do you say, like, you know, okay, I'm trying to think of it like, you know, even with Instagram, yeah, you know, you can chat with each other as you leave the comments, and even on Facebook. But it's real, these live chats, you know, when you join the ICQ, MRC, Facebook, these live chat groups, you don't really find them anymore. They used to be so fun. Okay, you just you just log in and you're like, ooh, let's chat. You spend hours just chatting with whoever is in the chat group, and it's fun, right? It's fun. I mean, it's not only chatting to me. In this kind of live chat, it's fun because you see one person talking, but it also makes it very interactive as long as you guys chat with each other, and it's like the same group of people. You know, who are we gonna get on the chat? It's very different from a Facebook group. Facebook group, you leave comments, but you come back to the comment like days later, and then you see we got notified with somebody left you a comment. It's not as interactive as on the spot. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person that thinks that this is fun. I feel like as long as, you know, you guys keep coming, we're this group of live stream luxury chatters. We just go on and on and on and on, talk nonsense, you know, talk nonsense. And then you see now today, you know, we should end each live stream with what have we learned today? Hari ini dalam sejarah. For my Malaysian people, you know, every 6 o'clock when I was in school, the TV will turn on Hari ini dalam sejarah. It means today in history. And you watch this like 5-minute cliplet that the news has created for us to remember today on the 2nd of February in 1919. Blah, 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 blah has happened. And you go, ooh, very interesting, very interesting. So today's lesson in Cat's live stream is we learned 1, never bring your patent bags to a location that has confetti. Number 2, always lock your doors, especially when you're in the car. You come out of the car, lock your door. In the car, lock your door. Number 3, split your cash. Put some in your pocket. Beware of confetti. The 3 things that we learned today. Very good. Very good lesson. Oh, Coco, don't let your daughter. Number 4, don't let your children anywhere close to your expensive items, especially a Birkin. Number 5, don't trust your husband with your luxury things, especially at the airport. Right, Stella? Well, it's a lot of lessons. Lots of lessons. I'm telling you, you got to join the live stream to get the lesson. Banyak cerita. A lot of stories. All right, people. I will see you next Sunday. Okay, next Sunday will be a live Q&A. So just think of your questions. It can be anything. It can be luxury. It can be more travel tips. It can be anything. All right, so we'll leave it open. Somebody asked me to show my wedding pictures. Yeah, I could do that. And yeah, I have another live stream on Wednesday evening, but I haven't decided what we're going to do with that. That's mainly happy hour, you know, with not coffee, alcohol, but oh yeah, let's talk. It can be anything, that one. But yeah, I haven't thought of a topic. But next Sunday will definitely be a live stream Q&A. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed. So thank you so much. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up before you guys go, and I will see you in the next live stream. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.